Yeah, hi friends, welcome to V Creation Technologies. Today we are going to discuss about avoid magic string or numbers in C Sharp. So when we usually write our code in the C Sharp programming language in our day-to-day life, we usually hard code some of the values like string, numbers, etc. But that is a very bad practice to hard code those values inside the program, because what happens, so now those hard coded values are fine, but let's say in the future if we do some of the changes in those hard coded values, then we need to find that place, and directly we need to go to that place and we need to update those values, and after that again you need to do a build and release, and after that it will deploy to all those like the lower environments and to the production and so on. But in place of those like the magic string and numbers, so you can use a constant, otherwise you can get the value from the db, or else you can get the value from the config file also. So let me show you with an example like how does it works. So let's say here I am going to take a variable if user role, let's say equal to admin. So here this is like a set of code is there. Okay, so as the user role is showing error because I have not declared. So let me declare like user role equal to. Okay, so here you can see I have declared this user role. So here we are checking this user role, and like here I don't have this database connection, so I just like hard coded it, but in the real time we'll get it from the db, or somewhere from the ui. Okay, but here you can see, but we usually should not use such type of things. So let me just comment it for the as of now. So here you can see we are comparing this user role with the admin, but here you can see we just did the hard coded thing. Okay, let's say if tomorrow or day after tomorrow in the future, let's say I just want to change this user role to something else. Okay, or it may be that this user for particular this user role it changed from admin to, let's say, administrator. Okay, then okay, then I need to do this code change, and again we need to do a build and release. So in place of this so this is like a very bad code, and in place of this one, what I can do is like I can declare a constant, and here I can give string like the user role. Yeah. So in place of just like hard coding, I'm using here the constant. So in place of like hard coding, so here we can use this constant. But for this one also, like whenever that role changes, again we need to update this constant value, and this is like not a very good code, but you can say it's a partially good code. But in place of this one, what you can do for this user role, you can retrieve this from the database, or let's say from the config file also. Let's say we have this config file called as the app.config file, and you can mention the key value pair inside the app.config, and you can retrieve from the app.config, and you can like check the condition whether that role is admin or not, or whether that role is administrator or not. So this is how you can avoid those hard coded strings, and it is like a very good practice to avoid those hard coded values, because like what happens, so some of the developers are today present in that company, and they move to some other companies, or they move to some of the other projects. So during that time what they did, they just did all those hard coded things and they left it. So whenever the new person comes, and then at that time they need to check each and every line, like where is that hard coded values and why it is not reflecting. And during those times people face actually the real problem, like where that actually rules and like those values are exist. Like you need to find like in all the solutions where exactly this is present. And sometimes people usually not able to find that also. So this is like a very difficult task to maintain. So which for this which I recommend is that it always don't use those hard coded values. In place of that you can use the constant, but in place of the constant also you can use and get those values from the db and the app.config. So this is all about our today video. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe to our channel.